Hi guys, Andy here. Let's have a look at the DAX futures. Today is Saturday, January 13. Time is around 11 a.m. GMT. So let's start in the weekly. Here, my take on the DAX is that we made a wave one up right here, 5 waves ending with divergence. Then we came down in three, A, B, C as a wave two correction. And from here, we started a new upward cycle in the higher time frame. So then if this is our wave one in the higher degree, this or wave two, then we are now actually working here on this wave three structure, wave three in the higher degree. We do not really know yet how this will further evolve as a wave three. There are several possibilities. I will discuss this in a minute in more detail. But for now, I also want to share a bearish scenario with you because my primary scenario here indicated in green looks quite bullish. And I choose to focus on the bullish scenarios because of the higher high, higher low sequence in the DAX. So because of this higher high, higher low sequence, in my opinion, it makes more sense to focus on bullish scenarios. However, from an Elliott Wave point of view, this here, the scenario in red, would also be perfectly possible. What we could have is that the wave 2 right here was not in yet, but that we are still working on a correction, correcting this structure. And then this could happen as an A, B, C structure, expanded flat structure. So that would mean that from the high right here, we came down as a wave A in 3, 1, 2, 3. Then this structure we are seeing here is an overshooting wave B, again in 3, 1, 2, 3. And then from here, we should get an impulse down, taking out the low right here. In order for this to be an overshooting wave B, we have to stay into this area right here. So if we take the length of our wave A, then we know that a wave B can go into the area, an overshooting wave B can go into the area between the 1 and the 1.236 FIB extension. So this is this area here indicated on the chart. If we would go beyond the 1.236 FIB extension, then it becomes unlikely that this is an overshooting wave B. And so this wave B, we see two impulsive structures here, a wave A, then an expanded flat as a wave B down, and here another impulse, a wave C. So what we have here would actually fit as a wave B, corrective structure in 3, 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, we are ending also quite strong here. And in the daily, this is even more clear. So therefore, this with what we have now, this could go as a corrective structure. So from an Elliott Wave point of view, this would be perfectly possible, but I prefer to focus on the bullish structures for now because of the higher high, higher low sequence we are seeing in the DAX. So that being said, let's continue with the bullish structures. If we go to the daily, so what we see here is actually quite interesting because we are ending very strong here. So that means that we started a new cycle from the low right here. So I think some weeks ago I still had a count where we could have like 1, 2, 3, 4, and here a fifth wave, but this is no longer possible. We are ending way too strong here. This is not what happens in a fifth wave. So then there are several possibilities, like the bearish scenario I just explained in the weekly is one possibility, but in bullish terms, there are also two scenarios worth considering, I think. So The first one, like as I said, we are working on the higher degree wave 3 right here. And there are two ways that this scenario can play out. First of all, as shown in green, it could be that our wave 1 of the higher degree wave 3 was in right here, that this was a wave 2 pullback, and that we are now working here on this wave 3, and this wave 3 should again happen in 5 waves. 1, as shown here, 2, 3, 4, 5, because it is an impulse. What could also be is that we are actually working still on this wave 1 right here, and then the structure from the low here would become something like a leading diagonal, and then this here is still a wave 1 but in a lower degree. This is still a wave 2 but in a lower degree, and what we would get is like a long wave 1, wave 2 down, now a shorter third wave, let's say, which ended right here, or where we see one more high. We will discuss this in a minute on the lower time frame. Then a 4 down, and then a short fifth wave, shorter than the third wave, because our third wave cannot be the shortest one. And then the wave 1 here in the higher degree would end somewhere here after these 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So unfortunately, right now, we cannot really decide what will play out. The only thing that we know is we started a new cycle from here because we are ending very strong. So this cannot be a fifth wave. It means that this impulse should then be a wave 1 or a wave 3, as shown here in on the chart. So wave 1 in green or wave 3 in red. We need more data. Future will tell what it exactly will be, but it cannot be a fifth wave. The only way that we start to go down from here, like going down in the higher time frame, would be the bearish scenario I just described in the weekly. Okay, if we then go to the lower time frame, let's start with the 4 hour. So from here, we started our new cycle. I showed you this on the daily. We are ending there very strong. And so if we analyze this structure, there are two possibilities. For now, as shown in green, I prefer the scenario where we make another high as a fifth wave to end here, then be it the wave 1 or be it the wave 3. So the two scenarios I gave you in the daily, we don't know this yet. But in order to finish this structure, I would like to see one more high, one more fifth wave up. And the reason is, like, we could count it like 5 waves from here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as shown in red, we are ending with divergence. But then the problem is, if we have 5 waves up here, then our wave 1 or 3 should be finished, and then from here we should see an impulse down, so a wave 1 down or a wave A down. And what we are seeing here looks more corrective, in my opinion. You have a lot of overlap in this structure. It could still go as some kind of leading diagonal that is violating all the guidelines, not the rules, the guidelines. So it is not violating the rules, which means it can still be a leading diagonal. However, it is violating the guidelines, like the wave 4 retracement guideline of the structure is violated. There's a lot of overlap. So therefore, I prefer to interpret this as corrective structure, and then this would be our wave 4, which means that we still need our fifth wave. So that's why I prefer this scenario here in green, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a fifth wave that still needs to come because of this corrective mess right here. It is still possible to classify it as a diagonal leading diagonal down, be it a wave A, be it a wave 1, but yeah, I prefer a wave to see a wave 4 right here. Then, assuming that our high was in here and that we have a leading diagonal down right here, that would mean that we are already working on our wave 2 or on our wave 4, if this is a wave 1 or a wave 3. And then if the high would be in, if we are working on a wave 2 right here, then here this becomes the target area, the area between the 0.5 and the 0.854 FIP retracement. Of course, if we make a new high as a fifth wave, then we have to recalculate this area. And if this is the high of our wave 3 I showed you in the daily, then this here is the retracement area, the area between the 0.146 and the 0.618 FIP retracement. Okay, now let's go to the 1 hour chart. So, like I told you, I prefer to see this as a corrective structure. If it would be a leading diagonal, be it as a wave 1, be it as a wave A, then it should be something like wave 1 down, wave 2, 3, 4. But here we violated the Fibonacci guideline for a wave 4. Retracement was quite deep. And then we should see a fifth wave here to finish, for instance, a wave A or a wave 1 down. But I prefer to see this as a corrective structure, as a wave 4. This here is our wave 4 area. And then actually what we have from here could be enough as a wave 4. So here we have a 3 waves structure, A, B, C. This is a nice impulse down. So this could be our C wave, and this is actually enough. Like we have 3 waves. This is a correction. This is enough as a corrective move. However, you can always do the double, and this is what is shown here in red. So that would mean that the first correction we had here in 3 A, B, C would be just the wave W. What follows, or what we are doing, this mess right here, could be a wave X, so complicated structure or difficult structure to interpret, typical for a wave X or a wave B. And then it would mean that we go again down in 3, like 1, 2, 3, to finish the Y leg. And this would it also make possible here to go to this support zone and the upper boundary of the extreme boundary of the wave 4 area. So then this here becomes our target. This target we can find by taking the length of the wave W, the length of the wave X, assuming that the wave X high is in right here, then the target for the wave Y becomes the area right here between the 1 and the 1.618 FIP extension. Now, if our correction was finished here, then it means we need an impulse up from this low, as shown here in green, and this structure here could actually go as an impulse. Then this here is our wave 1. This could be the wave 2 low. So in my latest video, I told you if we would see another low here, then we have an impulse down. In the meantime, we started a new cycle here in the lower time frame. So this is 3 waves, 1, 2, 3. This can be our wave 2 low, However, we could still do this 1, 2, 3, but we need to hold the low right here. This is actually the true invalidation level of the count here in green. I put my wave 2 here because we have 3 waves down, 1, 2, 3. So from here there is potential to move up here to make our wave 3, but this wave 2 can still be something like this, 1, 2, 3. Then this is also a 3 waves corrective move. So the true invalidation level of the count here in green is the low right here. So if we would come back here, that would be kind of deep wave 2 retracement level against this low here as invalidation. And if the wave 2 low is in right here, then this here becomes our target. We take the length of the wave 1, the length of the wave 2, and then here the area between the 1 and the 1.618 pip extension is the area for our wave 3. Okay, that's it for now. If you enjoyed this analysis, please like, subscribe, comment to support my work. And I see you one of the next days for another update on the DAX. Have a nice day. Bye bye.